Can you hear now? Let me try one more time. Can you hear now, guys? All right. Hamid, thank you for that feedback. Guys, I'm very sorry about this. I wasted about half hour of all of our times, but something did not go right with the setup. So I'm gonna investigate that some other time. But why don't we just jump in? Quickly on the agenda, first of all, welcome to uh, uh, our weekly squeeze program on Sundays, where we review high probability trades and opportunities for the week. These are primarily the setups I look at. I am looking to trade. It is by no means a financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. And also, feel free to give me feedback through the chat. I'm watching the chat, so I will answer questions. We'll fix this next time. It's a little bit of a amateur YouTube live, setup, audio, video, everything. So I'm getting to know all of this, and at some point I'll share with you guys as well how I'm doing this as we improve. But the main objective is to obviously not YouTube live experience, but it's more let's make money, right? Let's find those high probability opportunities and take advantage of the opportunities the market gives us. So having said the disclaimer very quickly, here's the agenda. I'll review how we did last week with the trades we discussed. I'll quickly start with BTC, Bitcoin, Ethereum, because the opportunity is still there. And then we jump into money calendar, and we'll look at the short squeeze candidates, and then we look at the overall squeeze setups. I did run some orange dot squeeze setups and put it on the website, tinyscores.com. So if you're not registered, register it. I'll give you access. That's what I'm posting everything. With that, let's start with Bitcoin and Ethereum. In the meantime, also, if you want me to look at any stocks, just type it in the chat. So I'll come to the chat and look at those together. So from last week, actually, before I go there, let me just quickly jump into Bitcoin. So, guys, I last Sunday when we looked at Bitcoin and Ethereum, I shared with you what I'm doing, right? So I look at 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily charts. Look at how Bitcoin is still going in the right upward trend, right? It's hugging the mean, and every time it touches the mean, it's a buying opportunity. And when you get the first, 1 ATR and 2 ATR, it's taking profit opportunity. So last week when it was done, I think we were like over here. Whatever it would be, actually it was way over here. So last week, I placed with you some orders, right? Basically, we were up here, and then I placed some orders to say, buy over here. So actually, one of those orders filled. I want to share that with you. Let's see how I do that. So if you can see, let's see how I can show that. Maybe I can do it here. I'm gonna move this up so you can see. So let's see. So if you can see, I'm not sure if you're able to see this, but I tried to zoom in. So that trade we got in on Sunday, last Sunday, it's up 900% right now. So I'm keeping this trade on. I'm gonna place another trade here. So as you can see on Bitcoin, it got really close to the mean again. So what I'm gonna do is, so right now this trade is up $11,000, about 900% with the leverage. So I'm gonna place another buy order. So down here, 55,600, okay? This is for this week, 55,600. Again, buying it at the mean. I'm gonna do this until we hit $60,000. Then I will take, I think, more long-term profits, okay? So 100,000, 55, 600. So we'll do another $100,000 trade. So I'm putting this for Bitcoin. So my views on Bitcoin did not change. This is a beautiful 4-hour chart setup. Every time we hit the mean, we go to 1 ATR, 2 ATR, take profits, okay? If you guys are doing this with me, you should be making money. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum came back down, and I think I entered into some trades. So I am in a trade, $150,000 trade, because it hit the mean. In fact, for Ethereum and 4-hour chart, it's actually the 55 EMA is the buying opportunity. So somewhere around 1884, I actually do this, I think this is 34 EMA. That's where I had buy orders, 1919. We'll see how this does. Right now it's going in the negative way, but I'm in this trade. Again, I think what I'll do is I'm gonna place another order at 1800, which is the 89 EMA. So let me put that in as well, so you guys know. So I'm gonna put 18, actually, just to be safe, 1800 is too low. It's gonna be more like 1830, okay? I'm gonna place this here and wait. So if you did these trades, you should be really profitable, because I actually placed 3 trades on Ethereum, and they filled, and we made money, and I actually took profits off. And then this is my second trade that actually entered in, I think yesterday or today. Actually, it entered in here when there was a big flush all the way down to 1800. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, so this is Bitcoin and Ethereum. Any questions on Bitcoin and Ethereum? I'm gonna do another session in the midweek or towards the end of the week, maybe Thursday or Friday, on altcoins. The Bitcoin dominance is coming to a very interesting level. I think I mentioned to you guys. Let me see. Just very quickly, so we can get the we can get the crypto piece out of the way, and then just jump into stocks. But so Bitcoin dominance setting up to be very, very bullish for altcoins. It's going down, and it is in a squeeze. If the squeeze fires to the downside, most of the altcoins will have 10x, 100x returns. Some of the altcoins I trade, like VeChain, Binance, I got into Binance at $9 and $12. BNB. It's right now it's 290. Something like Cardano, for instance, will jump big. Some of the DeFi's already up. DeFi's like Aave and things like that. So I'll cover altcoins some other time. But the same squeeze trades we always do, basically orange dot, red dot, and black dot squeezes in crypto is working amazingly. Everything we learned in simpler trade around the stock, the options, the squeeze play is actually working a lot better in crypto than stock market. Okay, so there's a question in the chat: are you trading crypto with futures? I have a long-term portfolio that I don't touch. The Bitcoin and Ethereum positions stay put. The trades I'm sharing you with, this is my trading portfolio on Bybit. I do futures trading with leverage. Obviously, don't do it if you don't have experience with this, because you could get wiped out. But if you follow what I kind of described around how to trade Ethereum and Bitcoin, you want to catch these dips. Typically, it happens overnight. So, like, I place the order while I slip. While I'm in my sleep, the order fills out. Fills my order at the in this case for Ethereum, it's really these like for 4-hour chart. You want to be 1 ATR below the mean for Ethereum. For Bitcoin, it's the mean. So that's what I'm buying. Front, Karthik, yeah, front I got in as well, but like for some of these coins that we are getting in when they had already a bump, you're gonna have to have a long-term horizon, right? Because I think we will have two big bullish cycles this year with altcoins and Bitcoin. And I think what you want to do is when they kind of hit 3x, 5x, take some profits off, convert them to Bitcoin, Ethereum, accumulate more. So the goal is to use altcoins to accumulate more of Ethereum and Bitcoin. So my initial goal with Bitcoin right now, with this futures trade I'm in from last week with you guys, I entered in. I bought it at 51K. This is the futures trade. Obviously it's up 57,000, but I risked very little money to control $100,000 worth of Bitcoin, right? So for that amount I risked, the small amount I risked, I made 900% on that amount. So that's why the returns are really big. I'll give you guys my referral code if you want to use for Bybit. I think they still have some promotions where you get like $600 free after your first deposit, and you can keep your money in the account, just trade with the 600 to just play with it, okay? So you can use their money to get your account started and practice. All right, very good. So that's Bitcoin and Ethereum. My targets are for Bitcoin, initial target at 61K. I think if you guys remember, where is that chart? When I put the chart last week, we hit exactly my target of, if you guys remember, let me get this screen on. All right. Okay. BTC USDT. I want to show you guys. Let's see. I mean, look at this beautiful chart. We so we're going. I mean, we're putting together on the daily. Actually, let me go to 4 hour. I think 4 hour is a better chart. When we came, when we broke out of this triangle, I think this is where I entered a trade, and then I entered here again. So I expect the same thing. I think we're gonna break. There's gonna be this ascending triangle. Again, we're gonna. I think we're gonna break to the upside. I'm guessing so. It's gonna be. It's not the perfect. um, Perfect triangle, but I expect this thing to break to the upside, and then you're looking at basically from here to here. That's like what? This is 50,000 something to 54 something, so $4,000 move. So if we break this to the upside at somewhere around here, 58,000, 59, yeah, 58, 59,000, we are going to 63. So we're probably going to 63,000. Okay, that's what I will trade. Like I will be looking for getting into the mean trade, and then now, obviously we got to look at this carefully. Like this is not like it's moving right now, 4 hour, right? We'll see where this closes. If it breaks down, right? Right now we don't have enough data, so we have to still wait. It could be like this, and we're going on this channel, and then break down to the channel. Same thing. If we break down from this channel, you're going to 52K, 53, 52K. All right, enough of crypto. I'll do more detailed sessions on crypto some other time. Let's go back to actually what I want to share with you guys is, where's my Thinkorswim? All right, it's over here. All right. So, quick review. Let's see. So what I did this past week, as you guys know, I've been doing a lot of naked puts, just taking premium and letting it evaporate and keep the cash. BCRX was my largest position. I've been accumulating BCRX, and so what happened was the $8 naked puts. Let me see if I can zoom in so you can see. Okay, so $8, $9, and $10 naked puts. I had about a couple hundred each, and I had sold them at like 95 cents or $1 range, and then they expired worthless. The $12 put I got assigned, so I got these shares, which I'm happy about, because the $12 puts I sold at $1.80. So my average the stock, I bought it at $10.20, right? The stock is at $11.79. So this is profitable already. So BCRX, our year-to-date profits are 159,000, 160K. I am going to do something similar to with Orinia. I bought 10,000 shares at 1671, and the stock immediately dropped. A typical trade for me. I enter in, the stock drops, 15.95. But what I did was, before this drop, I sold $19 calls, so covered calls, and they expired worthless. So it is reducing my cost. So my actual profit loss is smaller amount than what would have been. So I'm gonna next week look for opportunities to sell. Again, maybe $19 calls or something else, depending upon what the March call is going. So I'm going to do more covered calls, lower my acquisition cost for Orinia. Again, this is long term. I'm bullish, similar to BCRX. In the meantime, my goal is to maybe trade half the size and get cash in, but build up position, similar to BCRX. BCRX, I expect it to go to 25 this year. So until we hit $20-$25 range, I'm gonna sell naked puts. So my plan next week is to look for March income trades on BCRX. Hopefully there will be a pullback after earnings. So I think we are getting rushed to earnings kind of increase. Once the earnings announcement comes out, when is this? 225. I do expect the BCRX to sell off. So hopefully it'll sell off, and then I can sell more naked puts on BCRX. So CBAT, I got into a March naked puts. I sold 100 naked puts at 155. So I am willing to buy this thing. Less than $6, right? It's at 833. My average will be less than $6. I might do more naked puts on CBAT. This is one of the tickers that are on the radar in unusual option volumes. I did Jimia. This is a little riskier for if you don't know what you're doing. This is an earnings trade for me, but it's an unusual earnings trade. So I sold 100 naked puts for next week's Friday, $4.90. This is 49 cash came in, right? So why did I do that? Normally you don't do this. Options implied volatility increases towards the expiration date, and it is typically not smart to do this. But I found the 490 to be very juicy for a $56 stock. This is a 55 put, which makes my cost, basically, I'm buying Jimia at $50. So I'm willing to take the risk because I want to own Jimia at $50. I'm willing to put that cash out and go through earnings, and I think Jimia will have better than expected earnings. Now, the stock might not move, but the max paying market makers price that for next Friday is 57. So I do expect, in order for market makers to make the most amount of money from all option positions, they have to keep Jimia price somehow close to 57.5. Okay, so if they do that, I keep the 49. If they can't manage to do that, they are like either above or below, but still close to 57.5, I will still keep the 49. If it's less than 55, I'm buying. I mean, not buying, but I am owning this stock, right? I'm going to get a sign. So that's my goal with Jimia. I like this trade. Again, I think Jimia, I've been testing this expiration Fridays and earnings trades. It almost pins to the max paying value. Now, guys, remember the risk here is during the week with all the additional trading that will take place, the max pain number might change, right? I'm going to monitor that. But right now, as of Friday, this trade is playing against the current trades as of Friday and the max pain number for that. So we're going to be watching this. If somehow stock moves up a lot before the earnings, and I'm willing to take 50% profits and close this position. That's Jimmy from the trade from last week. Vimy, this, as you guys remember, I sold last month. February income trade was 7.5 puts. The stock closed at 10. I pocketed, I can't remember now, but I think it was, I'm guessing, yeah, I mean, look, we made 31K. So, I sold so many naked puts on this. Again, I'm going to be doing this with Vimy. Surf, this is my long-term trade. I got assigned. I had naked puts at $10 for, I think, I can't remember, 80 cents or 90 cents. So I bought this for $9. My average cost will be $9.10, $9.20. The stock closed at $9.50. So this is still profitable. I might release some of this if typically surface go back to $11. So when it goes to 11, I'll probably move half of this just to free up cash. But I like surf for the long term. That's one of those ARK stocks. So that's in this account. I have similar trades in my other accounts as well. I'm not going to go through all of them. I just want to share with you, I'm like these days, because of February, like in this my other account, again, BCRX is one of my most profitable, 140K here. CBAT is already profitable here. I got a better deal here on CBAT. With me, I think I have a new trade. I just got in at 150. So I'm going to do, in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to stay in cash, more premium capturing trades, and less momentum, high, JC type trades. I'm staying away from JC type trades until we know how the anniversary of the stock market crash will go next 2 weeks. Okay, so I'm being cautious. Let's see, you got a question. What are those 1, 3, 8, 9 columns? Oh, these are this is basically linking this stock to the chart. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you somewhere else, actually. So I ran a scan, right? This is basically, I did an orange dot scan. Let's do weekly. I run an orange dot scan on weekly, and I get Amazon at the top, right? This one sends, if I click on this, it automatically sends Amazon to the chart I have here. So I can just switch to the chart, I will see Amazon. So, like for instance, if I go back, and Domino's Pizza is the second one, right, on a weekly squeeze. I click on it, I go to charts, it automatically switches to Domino's. So look at this, like Domino's Pizza on orange dot squeeze, and this is clearly on 4 hour a downtrend, but how is it on the daily? Daily is downtrend as well. You have a rough pro sell. Let's take a look at weekly. All right, so it's kind of mixed signals, right? Weekly is really bullish. I mean, this is on an upward stacked up EMAs. It's a little under the mean ATR wise, and it looks like the histogram is turning. So this probably has a few more sideways action, more weeks of sideways or down around here, probably like this range. There's a good chance this weekly will fire to the upside, but it'll probably need like a couple more dots. So I expect it to be a downturn in the near term. Let's go back to the scan. So look at Amazon, guys. So I'll just analyze Amazon for you a little bit. Amazon chart, weekly, again, very bullish, orange dot squeeze. Eventually this will fire. I think this has also daily squeeze. Let's see. Yeah, this is, oh, we're in the wrong place. Amazon. Sorry about that. Amazon. Let's do weekly. Yeah, look at this, very bullish chart. This orange dot squeeze will fire to the upside. Now the question is when. I think we're very close. I mean, look at this. Look at some of the past squeezes before they fire. You get, yeah, I get at least like 6-7 squeezes, and then it fires, you go to the upside, you go all the way to the 4 ATR. Yeah? So look at this. So I think we are very close to firing on Amazon. And we are at the mean. This is like buying this at the mean for an upside move, perhaps with an April time frame. You'll be in a very good shape. I'd be careful not to do something sooner than April, though. Maybe March even might be okay. But you have to be careful. Like, this is a weekly squeeze, right? It's going to take a little time to fire. It's been in this for a while. And what I like about this is how the histogram is actually, if you really pay attention, histogram came like slowly up and up. We're in the squeeze. Histogram is coming up. Now it's up. It's on the positive side. This will fire at any moment. So maybe we can even consider a March. But your entry price is really important, because I think if this takes a few more weeks, so this may not be a February trade, right? This may take 2 more weeks, and we're doing a trade in March for April expiration, okay? So let's look at the daily. So daily, we're clearly in a short-term downtrend, and what I would look at on daily is where we are in terms of stacked up EMAs. So like this was not a good place to buy, even though you can argue that you can catch the lower end and blah blah blah. But it was so messy here. We are now. We went up, and then we're coming back and consolidating, and we're coming back to the support. So this is where I would want to do a trade. So if you see this, I think this is 89 EMA. 80, yeah, this must be an 89 EMA. Hopefully Thinkorswim don't die on me. Well, yeah, you're right. I did mention that I was looking at DPZ first. So hopefully you're getting, there's a little bit of delay between us, YouTube broadcast. But so hopefully Thinkorswim don't crash on me. I double clicked on this line. This is, so if you can see, every time Amazon hits -1 ATR or the vicinity, -1 ATR is a good buy zone. So I think we can load up on Amazon and -1 ATR. That is right around here, which is, what is this, 32, so somewhere between 3220 to 3200. So we should take a look at that buy zone of 3220, 3200, okay? So I will put that, actually let's capture this. This toss is acting on me, so let's do it here. So let me go to different oh, look at this. We have 618 retracement extension here, 32.8. So I could be even more specific with you guys. So let me see. All right, when I was changing the browser, I went to the other one. So Amazon buy zone 32.18, 32.20 range. Okay. I think we may be at those ranges this week. So let's look for those, like retracement there. I like the 4-hour chart and the daily chart. So look at on the daily, we are doing we have these higher lows. Yeah, we're kind of in a channel, but I think actually it's going to be more like, let me see. We're going to have to take this from here. Somewhere down here. It's not the best charting experience, but it's kind of like this, guys. I'm trying to catch the most of the touch points. So if you kind of think this was like a little going over the board fake out, so somewhere around here we're gonna look for in the next couple of days a buy zone for Amazon. That may be a good place to get in. Yeah, I would just because my historical experience with Amazon last few weeks, I stayed away. Like every time I wanted to trade, I'm like, the chart is so ugly. So much. There's no like clear direction. But we're finally getting to a place where it could be traded. Silver, Bruce, I can do basically. I would probably do a butterfly. But I do like my 2-3-1 kind of butterflies, like buying 2 lower calls and then selling 3, at the top and then buying 1 at the top. So I would do the 2-3-1 kind of ratio Amazon buys. Let's go back to. Let me see if I can change this. I think it's on this. is it? So on our website, I put the squeeze list here so you can see the results. There are actually some good ones. I mean, I go through these to pick stuff. I look at daily and weekly squeezes. I mean, look at this list. Let me see. All right. Oh, not the real. So you have Amazon, Domino's, Facebook. I mean, look at Facebook is on that list. Let's take a look at Facebook. So you guys know what I think about Amazon. Actually, let me put Amazon. Yeah, look at these squeezes that are forming on Amazon with the support zone right here. So at the 4-hour chart, support zone by 32, 30, but we're looking at daily to enter. I'll let you guys decide for yourself. I will be cautious with where I enter Amazon. I think I would like to see the -1 ATR hold up and any bounce there. So I wanna save this for you guys on the website so you can take a look. Oops. So we will Amazon potential entry. Is this the right chart? We'll see. Potential buy zone 3200 to 3220. Okay, if it hits and bounces, we may do a directional butterfly. Okay. All right, I'm just going back to the agenda, make sure I'm not missing. Oh, we're gonna do money calendar. Let's look at the money calendar real quickly. I know that's why you guys are here. That is on another screen. All right, money calendar. Where's my money calendar? I can see it there, but where's on my browser? Okay. All right. So, as you guys know, money calendar um, is the calendar, the patterns of trades over the last 10 years. How did some stocks do, each day? Um, and February is, like we talked about last week in Stock Almanac. Um, After the President's Day, the market turns to neutral, and then starting this week, you get more names bearish. There's more sell-off. And I was actually surprised last week and week before. We had some massive sell programs hit the market, and the ticks you guys saw, like we hit 2,000 minus 2,000, 1,400 ticks. It was crazy. I mean, um, so so I would be cautious this week. Look at all these bearish news. The only caveat to my historical bearishness of this week is the stimulus package. If the stimulus package comes up, we may have I don't know, we may have like a up day or two, and then sell off after that. So we just need to watch out for that. So similar to bullish patterns, you can do bearish trades as well. I still think the market is too bullish to do any kind of bearish moves. So you got to be careful about why you're doing bearish. So like the tickers that show up here, for instance, Lulu, last 10 years, 9 out of 10, it was bearish. So let's take a look. So if you were to enter a trade on February 22nd and exit March 25th, you have, on average, $8 move to the downside. It's a 24-day trade. But, I think I mentioned to you guys, I'd like to see all green bars kind of like in the middle, either kind of going up, or it's kind of like, staying within a range. I don't like this. Like this, even though it was profitable, it was kind of like small amounts for 24 days. So I would not do this trade. This is not the best money calendar trade. Let's pick 100%. Like this is 10 years out of 10. Oxy, whatever this is, this was profitable to the downside. Average trade had $6 move. Again, last year was the big one. I guess everybody will have a big dollar amount here because this is the crash month, right? So I don't know. Maybe this is misleading, guys. The money calendar might be misleading for this week just because the anniversary of the crash is coming, and all of these guys have probably big wins to the negative side. Like same here. But, I mean, look at this. This is, on average, $5 move. Let's see if there's let's see if there's a name that we like. Give me your feedback on this list. I think some of you got into this TLT trade. So this is a bullish trade. Obviously, when the market goes down, TLT goes up. So average trade had a $3.80 move to the upside. This was a $21 move. But I would look at these as more realistic. This is an exceptional move, right? So 2019 move, it's kind of like this. So it kind of pulled back and then went up. Yeah, so I'd be careful this week. We may be neutral. Janak is asking, is orange squeeze the high comp squeeze? Do those have repetition of fire down? So squeezes mean there's a consolidation, and orange squeeze means like you have a narrower, very, very narrower squeeze, and if you have for a long time, you expect an explosive moves out of it. It does not mean necessarily that it's going to fire to the downside. It could fire to the upside. It could fire to the downside. What determines the direction is, what is the multi-time frame view on the trend? Do you have stacked up EMAs, 8, 21, 34, 55, kind of stacked up? Are you, on the weekly or daily chart, are you, trending to the upside? If you're clearly trending to the upside, it's more than likely that it's going to fire to the upside, and you're going to have more than the expected move. So that's what I would do with orange dot squeezes. So like in the case of Amazon, the weekly chart looks very, very bullish, right? So the weekly orange dot, kind of gives me the indication that a couple of months down the road, mid-year, we may be looking at an explosive, price tag for Amazon. It could be like 4,000, right? But you never know. Like no one knows that stuff, right? Anyhow, just going back to money calendar, I put this list. I put this list on the website, so you can go ahead and access this. You can see I am not gonna do bearish trades at this point. I was thinking about doing it, but I'm kind of looking at it like I think TG did. I'm just gonna stay in cash mostly, and then I'll do like for the stocks that I know, I'll be very selective and just do naked puts to own them at a lower price point. So that's what I'm gonna do this week. I'm gonna stay away from big momentum, loading up on something. I'm not gonna do that. The other thing I wanted to show you guys, I looked at unusual whales. Did you guys look at this? Like today's tickers that people were talking about, and this week. So CCIV at the top. This past week, I did naked puts on CCIV. I sold, I sold naked put at 35. I think it was like $18,000 or something. So the stock just went up to like 50, 55 immediately, literally within 3 days. So just watch this ticker, right? I'm gonna watch CCIV. I might still do another weekly. I don't know if it'll have weekly options or not. I have to double check. It may not have. But there's a view that people who kind of made good money on CCIV will cash out this week, and then they may go into Pershing's PSTH. There's chatter like that. I think Karthik, you were asking about PSTH. I don't see PSTH on this list, but I know it came up on. I think it came up on some of the other Wall Street Jesus or Chatter Flow. I'm sure it has things here too. But I wanted to share this list with you guys. Look at this chatter on Twitter, kind of like Twitter supreme beings. I'm gonna save this so you know these tickers. From this list, the ones I'm looking to trade are CBAT. This week, I will sell, I think, another 100 contracts. on a pullback. Bitcoin, as you guys know, I have positions already. I'm staying away from Palantir. I'm looking to sell new naked puts on WWR on a pullback. I'm looking at GSAP, but I missed this. This is Goldman Sachs SPOC. Hopefully you guys all are doing well with bot. That I think that thing is going to be huge, especially if they announce some sort of wireless charging for EV cars. You're looking at this thing to be probably $20 or more. So anyhow, let's put that on the site as well. Where to go? Usual whales, chatter. That website is unusual whales. Oops. I'll post this here so you guys know. I'll post the website name here. I think it's unusualwhales.com, if I'm not mistaken. We'll take a look. Yeah, it's. I'll post it here on the chat. I did finally sign up to this because it just gives you an idea on what's trending and what everybody's speaking about. Similar to the option flows, like this is more I look at from sentiment perspective, but you could also hold on, let me change this to back to unusual whales. Let's see. All right, so so this is like the social media chatter from like, you know, people like do active trading, and like what are they all trading? so it is kind of giving you an idea around like we can trade around what they are doing, right? So you kind of see that, but they also have, you know, obviously like options and stock alerts, right? Like I track some of the option flows and large contracts, similar to you know, Wall Street Jesus and Cheddar Flow. Yeah, if you don't mind, give me feedback. Which option flow service you guys like the most? Is it Wall Street Jesus, Cheddar Flow, Unusual Whales? Give me some feedback on the chat so I know you're engaged. Now, I also ran a short squeeze list on Finviz. Look at these guys. So this list used to be really big. Now we're down to 8 stocks that have more than 30% short squeeze float. So Blink is here. I did a Fubo trade. I lost a little bit of money on Fubo, but I was lucky to recover most of my initial drawdown. Let's look at Blink. I think some of you made good money on after one of our sessions on Blink. I I actually didn't do my own trade correctly, so so you have to always be humble about how to trade without emotions, right? Sometimes emotions get in the way, break the trading rules. But this year, I actually I'm pretty consistent with my position sizing and winning trades, and I've been averaging 8% returns every week. So hopefully you guys are doing the same. What was I going to look at here? Oh, Blink. So this has large short float. Let's get the daily chart. Ooh, guys, I like this. So look at the symmetry here. I think we did this last time. And this is coming to the buy zone again. We have to monitor though. So here's my suggestion on Blink. Let's look at 4 hour first. Actually, I want to look at weekly. Oh, weekly is extended. So interesting. So on the weekly chart, we could come down to the mean and we would be perfectly bullish. So look at this. Every time weekly hits the mean, weekly hits the mean and you have a squeeze, it's a good, okay? So we have to monitor this. We may actually we may catch an explosive move on Blink. So it's in the kind of consolidation mode, as you can see on the squeeze. So we probably have, this may not be next week's trade. This is, 2 weeks out. This thing will come down, hopefully. We have to monitor. I think, Karthik, if you're hearing this, we should probably set a auto notification. If this thing hits below 42, what price are we at? 46. So below 42, we should consider selling naked puts at 40, probably for a really good premium. So that's weekly. So weekly buy zone is 40 to 42. So daily, what we could do, because it may not pull back enough. So I think what we would do is, this is still, daily still is a bullish, very bullish chart. So this is what I would do. Look at the symmetry here. Every time it pulls back, right now it's under the mean. What we want to see is this histogram, squeeze histogram, to start turning. So you go up, maybe one more bar, it comes down, and the squeeze bar goes down here. And then the next bar that it comes up, we should think about doing some credit spreads. for a bullish move. For a bullish move, yeah, it moves from mean to 3 ATR. So for a bullish moon, we would probably catch this at the mean because it would have to move up a little bit for us to confirm the move. 1, 2 ATR. Wow. So we could catch this thing going to $63. So that's for Blink. But it has a few days of probably pulling back. So let's watch this. This may be a good trade, guys. Fubo is still here. GoGo is still. Sun Power. This may be interesting, actually. I didn't look at this. Sun Power Corporation. Because I like trading these green energy stocks. They're kind of resistant to significant downturn if you catch them at the right point, right? So. Yep. Sun Power. It's the second one. Oh, this is not good. So this is doing an M pattern on daily. And in the M pattern, you break to the downside quite often. Even though it's a very bullish chart, you have to monitor this, but it's already breaking down. So this squeeze is going to fire to the downside. This thing might end up going down to like 28.50. All right, we'll have to watch this. This is a good stock. It reacts well to daily squeeze direction. You see how it is? Like you fire, you go up in the direction of the histogram. Like when you find stocks that actually respond very well to the expected behavior of the squeeze, you wanna trade these. Like, and also the squeeze durations are relatively, consistent, right? Like 6, 4, 5, 6, red or orange. Like I think on this one you trade red and orange and treat blacks as firing. Okay, it's already fired. If you go from orange to red, like that's firing. Red to black, that's firing. So it's going from narrower to the larger. So this is something we should monitor because it's behaving very daily for squeeze firing. This will fire to the downside. I think this is going down to 28.50. Maybe it'll come back from 30 actually. $30. It'll hit the somewhere down here. What else is on this list? Yeah, I'm not going to look at anything else, but you guys have access to this. I think the CLVS is also on the list of many other. Maybe quickly look at CLVS. Is this Clover? Oh, this is on biotech. Not a good chart on daily. And a this is another stock that follows the squeezes pretty well. We'll have to watch. Let's take a look at the multi-time frame squeeze setup for this. Yeah, it doesn't look good. So, all right, we'll stay away from this. All right, let's go back. What else do you guys want me to cover? Type it in the chat. So one thing I wanted to do, I was gonna review the Moxie setups, but I haven't studied deep enough to kind of share my views with you guys. I didn't want to do that prematurely, so I'm gonna delay that to next week after we kind of complete the training and I'm kind of testing it out with my system. I like the Moxie rules. Reason I like it, it's very similar to the rules I apply to crypto around Keltner channels, stacked up EMAs, and combining with squeeze. I actually like with Bitcoin. What I do is very similar to what TG does with, 821 versus 5200 moving averages. Like I look at 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily charts for Bitcoin, and primarily trade 4 hour, and 4 hour I look at where I look at the W's and the bouncing off is at the mean. So I look at those stock chart patterns at the mean. So let's take a look at, before we wrap up, I know we had a late start, so on the money calendar, like CME has a bullish. You have a few bullish actually setups here, interestingly. Oh, the CME looks good. Yeah, Karthik, I'll take a look at PSTH as well. Let me just look at CME very quick. So guys, look at CME. It's doing a W on daily. So it's not a perfect W, but still you have higher low and your pattern. When you break out from this 195, you're gonna be this has a good pattern on the bullish side, interestingly. This thing will go to 4 ATR. It's not a big move, but we were at this is at what, closed at 195. It's going. This has a $10 move potentially in it. So on the bullish side, interesting. I will take a look at this, and also we have a squeeze here. We have a low compression squeeze. That's already the histogram indicating to the upside, right? So this is something you could do. I don't know if there are weekly options on this. Let's take a look. I mean, Let me see, where's my desktop? I don't know if my Thinkorswim come back or it's still stuck. Yeah, my Thinkorswim unfortunately not responding, so I'm not going to be able to show you guys that. All right, but so there may be a, if there are weekly options on CME, I suspect there is. Let me see on Tom's tools. February 22nd to March 5th. Okay, so you go to option chains. March 5th. You buy 195. You get 205. It's $10. Just want to see a risk reward. Yeah, it's the minimum risk reward I like. I like these W patterns, guys. They typically, when they come with a squeeze, and look at this. This is like an elf shoe. This maybe we should bring it up to TG and see what he thinks. It may not work, but because he looks at a hourly and I don't know if he does. Yeah, I guess he does. You can like the daily. You have the elf shoe pattern, kind of. But it's a W pattern, like typical W pattern. So I like these. We may be better off doing. I'm just going to save this as just as an example. But let's take a look at the charts here. I'm just looking for pattern. Yeah, it's not a good chart over time. Like after earnings, it did dip and it came back up. After earnings, it did dip, it came back up. So if you kind of take a look at it, after earnings comes down, it passes the previous high of the earnings, it goes all the way up. So this has a historical pattern after earnings, dipping, coming back when it exceeds the high before the earnings, right before the earnings. You have good 10 days of bullish pattern on CME. Guys, this may be a high probability setup. We are here at earnings. Sell the news. It comes back to normal. It continues the pattern. So I don't know. It could be something to think about. Like this may be actually not bad of a trade. So I will save this. I think we should find a better trade though. Where did it go? We can do actually you can do 197.5, sell 205, buy 1. You get a better risk reward. So you risk 153 to make 597. At the worst case, if it keeps going up, you double. I'll put this in. This may be a better trade. I'll put it on our CME potential trade. Now, safer trade might be just selling a put credit spread at the support zone. So you can do at the bottom here. That's too low. But you can do, I wish I could turn on my toss, but my toss is crashing on me. But I'll take a look at this. But this has a nice setup for probably in a messy market this week. You know, one of the few kind of bullish, at least from daily perspective. I think Lee was saying extended on an hourly chart. Yeah, even the 4-hourly looks extended. So maybe you wait for a pullback, a little bit of consolidation, like around 4-hour ADMA, and then sell a put credit spread down here. Or do the thing I just did, which gives you a good risk reward for March 5th. All right, PSTH, Karthik. I think I looked at it. I wasn't so crazy about PSTH. So, but people were buying calls left and right on this. Your comment on this, I don't know. Like I look at the chart. If you're going to do something, this will be a momentum trade, just watching the whales. So on the daily, so we're in the exhaustion pattern, right? So as you guys can see, every time on the daily, when PSTH gets into exhaustion side of the squeeze, it comes back down to mean. And then squeezes again, comes back up. So like it goes into exhaustion, 1-2 ATR, comes back to the mean. So right now we're at the mean. So I guess you may have a good risk reward on this, right? So, but look at the previous ones, you probably want to give about 4 bars on the daily. So there may be two more days of kind of coming down, or at least consolidating here. I would say the 618, $28, 28.94, maybe a good buy zone on the daily. I actually prefer this that's 55. Yeah, I prefer this 55 EMA. It looks like a good support. A few times it did the same. It dipped into 55 EMA. So I would say 27.94. It does have kind of a little crooked W's. It does. So it is on the upturn. Do PSTH. Probably this is good for put credit spreads. Oh, actually, they don't have options, right? Karthik, I don't think they have options. So if you're gonna buy direct, this is a buy at 27.94 level. I'm assuming it has options. I'm not sure. I doubt that it has weekly options, but it probably has monthly options, right? Now let's take a look. What did I say? 27. Let's say 27.90. PSTH. All right, there are options. So March 19. Oh, they're doing April. So the option flow guys doing April 35.45. So let's do their trade. Let's do so we can take a look at the risk graph of what they're doing. So they're doing April 35.45. And then where are they selling the puts? $25? I'm guessing 25. This might be a good trade. So if they do this, look at the risk graph, guys. All right, this has to be the right. Interesting. Obviously, this is not going to show the right max risk. They're willing to buy PHTH at 25. Oh, I did a call. This is wrong. It has to be put. I'm like, what a bad chart. Can do something like this. Oh, they're doing the whole thing at zero cost, so they have to be doing ratio here. So this is 1-to-1. Yeah, they can do this zero cost. That's actually pretty good. They take credit, but they will get assigned if it goes down below 25. So what if you do everything equal? What did that do? Okay, this is what they did, guys. This is what they did. So I'm putting this on. I might do this actually. I have to read up on PACH to make sure I agree with the valuation of owning this. So basically what they're doing, they're selling naked puts on 25 at 155. They probably got a better deal than this, but so that means they're willing to buy PACH, at less than $24, right? So it's $23.50. So they're willing to buy PACH at $23.50. The SPOC is at $29. I don't know if this is SPOC or a pipe, but it's probably like a. So this is actually really good. Now, so what they want to do is they want to secure credits to fund this. And in case it jumps up with a lot of hype, they want to capture this upward move to like 37s. So they're not going to wait till expiration. So they are actually going to benefit from the upward move. So they're not really capping their. So let me show you guys. So this is basically, they're willing to own this below 23 or something like that, right? But if somehow the hype goes so much up, okay, they're willing to benefit from the big jump. So, wow, this is actually pretty cool. I like this. So if the stock moves immediately up, you benefit from the move immediately. If the stock stays in this zone at expiration, you will lose 0. Okay? Even if it goes down. But, before expiration, it is going to show a loss in your account. But as long as it stays at the support, wow, this is a great trade, guys. We're going to do this. I have to double check if I can trade this stock, but I am posting this, okay? This is a trade I would do. This is high probability. So, in fact, in all of the things we discussed, this is the only trade I would probably do. I have to just make sure I am comfortable owning this stock below 25. All right, I am posting this. What do you guys think about this trade? Isn't this nice? So they're funding their call debit spread with naked puts. That means basically this is a typical hedge fund move, okay? It's protecting them to the downside. So the stock is at $30. It's protecting them all the way down to 23, right? All the way down to, what is this number? That's 25, but it's all the way down. You will get assigned here, but you will make money. So it'll actually all the way down to 24.97. Okay? It should be better than that. This is 155. All right. So basically, you're protected all the way down to, let's say, 25. Okay? The stock is at 30. They want to protect themselves to the downside. At expiration, they will lose nothing, all the way down to 25. But if the stock somehow hyped up, this CCIV guys exiting their positions coming over here, then they load up PACH, all of a sudden you have this upward move, they will cash out around here. They won't wait till expiration. But so this is what you would do. You would do this trade. If the stock moves up here, you would close your 25 put, you would sell another put up here, fund the further move up. So you would keep move your risk reversal trade, okay? That's very, very smart. Wow, that's such a great, wow, that's really, really good. I mean, if we can get this price tomorrow, we should do this trade. All right, let me save this for us. What do you guys think about this trade? Type your comments. Let me hear your comments. What do you guys think? We'll monitor this together. I'll save this trade, regardless whether we get it or not. So we'll the unusual whale trade. All right, I like that. So one word of caution though, right? You have to make sure you enter this as a custom order and maintain, if the prices you're getting are different and you're not getting zero credit, don't do it, right? Because the risk graph changes. Right now, this risk graph is aligned to getting $6 credit with the mid quotes based on end of day close. Tomorrow when it opens, we don't know. Your real risk starts when the stock goes down below 25. Karthik, what did you do? Did you buy into PHTH? Do you have like the straight calls for April? I might do this. This just covers the February downtrend, so it protects us for the downside. And then if you get somehow hype, you benefit from the upside. Janak, so you're asking, can you not potentially do that with any ticker? You can, only if the option premiums allow you, the IV difference between the legs. What happens is you cannot find these trades as easily as you see here. It's really hard to get filled. So this is theoretically possible. When you get this custom order in many other stocks, it's really, really tough to get this ratio right. So you have to always use risk graphs. Like here, it works perfectly. In another stock, selling two, like having everything equal may not work. You may need to do it, you need to sell double the amount of these. You know what I mean? So that ratio, you have to run risk graphs. In Tom's option tools, we can actually scan for risk reversal trades. But this is a good one. All right, guys, I kept you up. It's 11 o'clock. I will send you guys, if I can trade this stock, I need to check and make sure I don't have a conflict with this company because of my real world job. If I can trade this, I will post the actual order I will put in tomorrow, okay? Guys, thank you so much for joining. Please subscribe, hit the notification, share the video if you like. Let's get more people following, working, submitting ideas. If you like this, send me on the chat what other things you want me to cover. Okay. I think next 2 weeks we're gonna have some kind of mixed market. Let's see how the stimulus thing will work itself out. But I am staying, in cash in the majority of the time. Okay. I'm doing very specific known high probability setups and mostly taking the premium from the market, not doing a lot of call buying, direct call buying. Okay. If I do it, it's gonna be, if I do something like that during the week, it'll be just in and out. I do something very quickly, go in and then come out. I wouldn't hold it for multiple weeks. I still think we have the anniversary of the crash we had last year. There may be some shenanigans around that next week. So next 2 weeks, just be cautious. Let the trade come to you, my friends. Let the trade come to you, okay? Don't chase trades. I occasionally, every once in a while, I make that mistake. I see it. Everybody's making so much money. I'm like, should I jump in? And it never works. Let the trade come to you. Find the right entry points. Exits are harder to do right. Entry, you can really, really figure out when to enter things. So it's really under your control. Exits, on the other hand, you could, most of the time exit early and the stock continues to run, have less profits. You can exit wrong, take losses. Exits are tough. Even the most masterful people do not exit right. So, but entry you can control. So control your emotions, when to enter the trade. Have a great week. Make lots of money this week, my friends. Let the trade come to you. I'll talk to you during the week. Bye-bye now.